Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, where once again, I'm quite literally taking my show on the road. So far this year, we've recorded live episodes at conferences in Denver, Nashville, Vegas, San Francisco, London and Barcelona. But today, we're recording live from Rome at the Huawei EcoConnect Europe event. Did you know that for the last 2 quarters, Huawei have beat Apple to become the second largest smartphone maker? And they now have their sights on dethroning Samsung from the number 1 slot too. And also, the Mate 20 Pro is Huawei's most pre-ordered smartphone of all time across Western Europe. Here on the show floor at the EcoConnect Europe conference, I caught up with Walter G, president of Huawei Western Europe, about innovations in 5G, IoT, consumer strategy right across Europe, as well as news that have been unveiled at the conference too. So wherever you're listening to this podcast, in 165 different countries, on whatever smartphone you're listening to me on, buckle up and hold on tight, because I want to beam your ears all the way to Rome in Italy, so we can speak with Walter, the president of Huawei Western Europe. So a massive warm welcome to the show. For anyone tuning into this podcast from all over the world, can you just tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
My name is Walter G. I'm in charge of our consumer business group in West European region. So I have joined the company in the past 18 years. Mm-hmm. I've been taking business management role in the past 12 years. So from year 2016, I'm assigned in a new challenge, which is in charge consumer business in West European region.
Now, it's a great event here in Rome, and for anyone listening that cannot be here today with us, how would you describe the event, and what message would you like to deliver to everybody that's listening?
Yes, we're very delighted to invite our partners to attend this important event we call Huawei EcoConnect Europe conference. So today we're going to share what will be our business strategy in the coming few years and how we can enable our partners to shape our industry.
So Mate 20 Pro is Huawei's most pre-ordered smartphone of all time here in Western Europe, and it also recently beat Apple to become the second largest smartphone maker. This must make you feel incredibly proud. I mean, what's the secret to your success, do you think?
Yes, we're proud to make that progress. In the second half this year, early July, our CEO for Consumer Business Group, Mr. Richard, announced that we have been achieved number 2 position worldwide according to the third parties statistic. Mm-hmm. I think we have no secrets for that, but if we want to summarize what are the important factors, so we believe that 3 important things I can share with you. The first one, keep innovating. So that's exactly how we invest in the R&D for different technologies, which we combine the technologies and the consumer needs. So number 2, so we have been built an open ecosystem together with our sales channels, our partners, even our core engineering partners. For instance, we co-engineer with Leica from year 2016 for the camera technologies. That's quite appreciated. So number 3, if we look at our product, our business activities, we always put our consumer needs for the first position.
So I read that Huawei also invested heavily in R&D with more than $10 billion a year, but you also seem to take your time to bring innovation to market and rely on word of mouth of your consumers who use your product. Why is that so important to you?
Yes, it's important for us. Because from the company DNA in the past 30 years, although we start infrastructure business first, so we always put our consumers' needs, our customer needs as the first priority. So the company's management philosophy is that customer first.
Yeah.
So by achieving that, either we arrange our resource or we match our business activities, we always think about how we can bring value to our customers. When we come back to consumer business, we believe to improve and enhance the consumer experience is the most important part. So that's why we invest heavily in the R&D to improve and to innovate the consumer's experience, and instead we advertise a lot. I think that is important for Huawei's DNA, and also the feedback from market is very good. In fact, our product NPS, which is Net Promoter Score, is much higher than the average. So that is good feedback from the market.
Fantastic. So where does a company like Huawei begin with a tech trend such as the Internet of Things that everybody's talking about now? Because every device we buy, whether it be a slow cooker or even a toaster, come with an always online connection. I mean, is there anything you can share with us today about your future strategy with IoT?
Yeah, IoT is part of important strategies from our core business. In fact, from Huawei's point of view, our consumer business is to build all connected, intelligent devices. So which means the IoT should be part of that. So in fact, we have been identified top 4 big scenarios which connect people, connect home, connect vehicles, and connect organizations. We identified IoT the possibility to bring much high efficiency for people's life. In fact, this year, we already introduced our solution we call High-Link in China market. The business is growing very well, which will allow the consumers to connect their smart devices through either third-party smart devices or our smart devices to our High-Link solution, which improve the efficiency how they match their personal stuff or the home electronics. So in fact, we put that long-term strategy and we plan to bring IoT business maybe next year.
So at the Mobile World Congress this year, I couldn't help but notice that the majority of smartphone devices and 5G innovations came from Asia, especially regarding 5G. I mean, do you think we're witnessing a shift from Silicon Valley to Shenzhen?
I think, Shenzhen is playing more and more important role for the telecommunication and for the innovation, because like Huawei case, we invest more than 10 billion every year in R&D, which brings huge innovation in different angles. So we believe that in the coming few years, the 5G and the AI technologies will shape our industry even faster than before.
So what are you looking forward to most at this year's conference?
Yeah, the most exciting part in our industry, personally, I think is AI technologies and 5G.
Yeah.
So people know 5G is coming, the fixed 5G, we're excited, and it will bring huge potential for new business case. And even personally, I feel more excited for AI technologies, which can bring boundaries between human and animals for better communication, for better understanding, and even will bring much more efficiency in our daily life and work.
So we do have people listening all over the world that can't attend today. So what's the main objective for the conference and what do you want to achieve with it?
So as I mentioned before, open collaboration is one of the most important management philosophy. So that's why we invest every year to invite our partners sit down together to discuss and share what will be vision in our industry in the coming few years. From Huawei point of view, to enable our partners for the 5G technologies, AI innovation, and leverage our huge investment in the R&D to benefit our partners is one of the most important for the conference.
Well, I can only imagine just how busy you are today with back-to-back meetings throughout the conference. So a big thank you for taking the time out to come and speak with us all today. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
After the recording, we also spoke about the AT&T situation over in the US. And Walter was telling me how the US customers and bloggers have been complaining about what's been going on. And he believes that consumers should have the right access to the best technologies. And this got me thinking. For the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about smartphone fatigue in the digital landscape. And while Apple have been focusing on just making phones bigger, or gimmicks such as Annie emojis, just to convince people to upgrade, Huawei have invested heavily in research and development with more than $10 billion a year. Now let's let that sink in for a moment. $10 billion. And it seems to me it's this foundation of innovation, customer experience, an open ecosystem that is the secret to their success. Because ultimately, customers do not care about brands. They want experience. And for as long as I can remember, the only complaint people have had with their smartphones, no matter what brand it was, is the awful battery life. And Huawei have tackled this problem by ensuring that their new phone has a 2-day battery life. And also faster recharging, not to mention the fact that users can share their battery power wirelessly to their significant other who is running low on juice. How cool is that? People are also experiencing AI in their daily lives, and they're looking for high quality photos. And you can now take a photo of plants, food, scenery, or anything, and the Mate 20 Pro will tell you exactly what it is and adjust the filters accordingly. Throw in the mouth-watering prospect of the first 5G phone next year, and it's easy to see that the secret of their success is that $10 billion investment in research and development. And I think other companies could learn from this spirit too. By investing in researching and developing the best technology and solving real pain points, you can overtake tech behemoths such as Apple. And that's some food for thought out there for any company in any industry. But what are your thoughts? Email me techblogwriter@outlook.com, tweet me at Neil C. Hughes, or pop by my website techblogwriter.co.uk, hit the red button and record me a virtual voicemail. But I'm going to hit the show floor back at the EcoConnect Europe here in Rome, and I'll report back tomorrow with another guest from the show floor. But until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.